telling you. Right now. And on Facebook and on YouTube. Hey, can you hear me? All right, have you checked it out? Okay, so we should be on Facebook Live right now. We should be on YouTube, and we're streaming live on the web and Roku TV. Okay, all right, see ya. Love you. My girlfriend's already watching it and sharing it. On YouTube or on Facebook? How many of these kids on the football team play basketball? A bunch? Yeah. Okay.
Kai Money, Carlos Esteves, free safety, Andres Martinez, our receiver.
And how good are these guys without them?
They're all right. So those are 3 starters. Three starters and 6 guys on football.
Okay. How good's John Paul?
You know, the record doesn't show it, but and the scores they don't show it. But if we played in that district, I think our scores would be very similar because you have to play guys like All Saints week in and week out. You know, like they've got some weapons. I mean, if we're not careful,
Are they as good as last year's team was?
they're about the same caliber.
Okay.
If we sleep on it, they're gonna score 22 on us real quick. But they're not that good to be able to beat us if they have that. Like we still were able to come back on Nolan. They're not that great. Good enough to be like the ones that like they were last week, you know.
Good deal. All right. I may talk to you afterwards on a Facebook Live interview. That's okay? All right. Thanks, Coach. This is live coverage coming your way from Brownsville, Texas. It's the home of the St. Joe Bloodhounds as the Harlingen Cardinals are in town to take on St. Joe. Broadcast will start in approximately 1 minute. And a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to another broadcast here on RioSportsLive.com. Joe Bowling with you, coming to you in Brownsville, Texas on a Tuesday night. Boys basketball action as the St. Joe Bloodhounds are at home to take on the Harlingen Cardinals. Cardinals had several preseason games, and they look good in their outings. And the St. Joe Bloodhounds are coming in here with a few players that are still playing football, but yet this is still going to be a scrappy bunch. Thanks again for joining us on our broadcast. Live coverage coming your way on our website, on Facebook Live, on YouTube, on Roku television, on Amazon TV. My friends, I'm telling you, each time that we come out, we're growing and getting this thing into better shape. Again, the Cardinals are in black uniforms with the red trim, and the St. Joe Bloodhounds will be in the white uniforms with the red trim, and they're getting set to announce the starting lineup, so I'll also have the playing of the national anthem. I'm going to turn the microphone over to the public address announcer, and then I'll come back and get to the starting lineups. It's the St. Joe Bloodhounds taking on the Harlingen Cardinals, and this is RioSportsLive.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will now stand for our invocation this evening, followed by our national anthem. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Our Heavenly Father, as we gather here before you on this evening of basketball, we pray that you watch over the athletes. This game belongs to them and their good sportsmanship that was shown today, both on and off the court. We pray there be no injuries, and that you guide the players, their supporters, and all in attendance here to have a safe trip home. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, in your name we pray. Amen.
No. The handle.
Please remain standing as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back here again to our broadcast, and thanks again for joining us here. Whether you're watching it on the website on www.riosportslive.com, whether you're watching it on Facebook, whether you're watching it on YouTube, whether you're watching on your Roku television, your Apple TV, doesn't matter. Thank you for joining us here for our live broadcast. Boys basketball coming your way from St. Joe. They had the starting lineups announced just in case you couldn't pick up on the PA announcer, which we'll get that fixed as well down the road. The Cardinals will start with Michael Ariano as one of the starters. The other starters are Jeremy Vasquez, Rene Castillo, Cameron Gonzalez, and the final starter will be Matthew Sessler. For the St. Joe Bloodhounds, they'll be starting with Cesar Garcia, also Peter Silvero, Trevor Lette, Jacob Esparza, and Camilo Trevino. Bloodhounds in the white uniforms with the red trim. Harlingen Cardinals in the black uniforms with the red trim. And 8 minutes on the clock. Good crowd on hand from the Harlingen side. Good crowd here at home for the St. Joe Bloodhounds. This gymnasium can get loud in a hurry, and these two teams should put on a good show to open boys basketball in the 2017 season right here in Brownsville, Texas. Thanks again for joining us, and away we go. Center circle for the Cardinals is going to be Jeremy Vasquez. The back tip is controlled, though, by the Bloodhounds of St. Joe, and away we go. Peter Silvero will run the point, brings it up to the right-hand sideline, skips it over to Esparza around the perimeter. On the drive is Garcia, lay it up, and in, Cesar Garcia. 2-0 for the Bloodhounds. Cardinals with the basketball. We're just underway. You're going to get more of a radio play-by-play than anything, but hey, that's what I've done for 30 years, so my friends, just bear with me as I get my feet back under me on this broadcast of basketball. Ariano takes it left side, lay it up and in. Michael Ariano for the Cardinals ties the game at 2 apiece. Backcourt pressure. Cardinals with a steal. Get it in the corner. Three-pointer. Ariano missed it. No good. Rebound taken down by the Bloodhounds, and back they come quickly in the front court, and a whistle blows, and it's going to be a foul called against the Cardinals in the open court. 7:16 to go here in the first quarter. We're just underway for St. Joe taking on the Harlingen Cardinals. Inbound play for the Bloodhounds in front of the Cardinal bench. Thanks again to the viewers who are watching us here. We got a 3-camera shoot going on, my friends, as we've got cameras established in this gym. Missed shot that time by the Bloodhounds, and the Cardinals get the rebound. Game still tied as we're early on here in this first quarter of play. Cardinals with the ball, working around the perimeter. St. Joe has arguably 3 starters. There's a nice pass. Inside layup, easy. Matthew Sessler for the Cardinals. He's got his first 2 points. The Cards up on top, and they again, after a made shot, will apply some full court pressure. Backcourt action. St. Joe with the basketball, and they'll work it, beat the press, get it in the hands of Peter Silvero. Got it in the paint, lost it. Turnover back to the Cardinals, and here they come. Long pass ahead of the pack to the left-hand side. He caught it, shot it, missed it, but got fouled, and that means Jeremy Vasquez will go to the free throw line. Cardinals at the line. Jeremy Vasquez stops the clock with 6:34 to go here in the first quarter. Cardinal crowd across the way, a good contingent coming down here to watch this Cardinal team. Vasquez, left-handed shooter. He'll get 2 on this trip. Makes the first. St. Joe scored the game's first 2 points. Cardinals now on a mini 5-0 run here in the first quarter. Vasquez, if he makes this, they'll get to put on that full court press for the Harlingen Cardinals. 2 for 2 on the trip for Vasquez. Vasquez, Ariano, and Sessler all with points for the Cardinals. Garcia has the ball in the backcourt. They'll back off the pressure, so the Bloodhounds will set it up offensively. Garcia picked up defensively by Cameron Gonzalez, fires a pass in the paint, a lot of contact, kick it back outside. Off the dribble comes Garcia, skip pass over in the left corner. Caught there by Silvero. Silvero backs out, may have stepped on the line, he did. Early turnovers thus far for the St. Joe Bloodhounds. That's the 3rd of the game. With 6:14 left here in the first quarter of play. Cardinal basketball. Ariano fires a pass in the left corner, caught there by Rene Castillo. Castillo backs it back outside, gets it over to Cameron Gonzalez. Gonzalez to Ariano. Ariano on the drive, kicks it back outside, caught there by Vasquez. Vasquez pulls the trigger on the 17-footer. That won't go. Rebound controlled by the Cardinals. In traffic, Sessler put it up. Right hand good. Vasquez with a miss. Sessler with the offensive rebound and the made bucket. He's got 4 points in the game. Cards on an 8-0 run. Bloodhounds trying to answer that. Shot up, a lot of contact, and it'll be free throws coming up for the St. Joe Bloodhounds. We do thank you again for joining us here for the broadcast. This is our first one that we actually pulled the trigger on getting the Facebook Live, the YouTube simultaneous with the broadcast going on the website. Cameron Trevino at the free throw line, missed on the first one. He'll get a second one here for the Bloodhounds. And that one's good. 5:38 to go in the first quarter. Cardinal basketball, work it over in the hands of Vasquez. Vasquez on a clear out to the right side, up to the top of the key near the midcourt stripe, Ariano. Ariano takes a look at the defense, picked up by Silvero, gave him some room, launches a long 3, that won't go. Rebound, pinballs, Cardinals have it for a moment, loose ball, in the paint, whistle blows, possession arrow. Stay here, Cardinal ball. Cardinals will inbound the ball on the baseline. Thanks again. How about the camera angles here for you? 3 cameras shoot. Once we get 3 camera operators going, then we'll have some real fireworks for you as we are just unveiling a little bit more and more as we are getting to the point of broadcasting quality sports here in the Rio Grande Valley. Told you our first broadcast when we had just those limited cameras, it was a small step to a big project. So each night we try to get a little better. Each day we try to get better. And here we are, boys basketball action coming to you from St. Joe. Inbound play for the Cardinals. Rene Castillo to throw it in. Gets it outside to Vasquez. Nothing doing for him. Ariano takes a look, has it poked away, recovers, puts it on the floor now. Spins between a couple of defenders, pass it outside for a 3. That's by Cameron Gonzalez, but that won't go. Rebound by the Bloodhounds. Long pass ahead of everyone, but it's stolen. Garcia tried to throw it over everybody, but back there for the Cardinals. They'll return it as Gonzalez gets the steal. Cardinal basketball up 8-3, 4:51 to go here in the first quarter. Three wide open for Castillo. That won't go. Rebound in the paint. Cards have that. That won't go. And whistle and a foul called in the paint. We'll get that sorted out. It'll be against the Cardinals. Shooting-wise, the Cardinals are 4 of 11 from the field. Overall, 36%. 4 of 7 inside the arc. 57%. 0 for 4 beyond the arc. Meanwhile, the St. Joe Bloodhounds have shot just 2 shots here tonight. 1 of 2 from the field, 50%. 4:36 to go in the first quarter. Bloodhounds with the ball down the left-hand side, up between 2 defenders, lay it up, but that won't go. Off the mark for Villarreal. Back come the Cardinals with the lead and the basketball. In the front court, work it on the left side, top of the key. There's a 3 by Ariano. That won't go. Cards get the rebound in traffic. Shot goes up, whistle blows. That one's going to go against the Bloodhounds. And that'll send Cameron Gonzalez to the line. Gonzalez hasn't scored yet, has a couple of rebounds in the game for the Harlingen Cardinals, who trailed 2-0 and then went on a run that extended the lead. And now trying to add to it, Gonzalez makes the first. Substitution off the bench for the Cardinals. Here comes Jordan Crenshaw. He'll replace Matthew Sessler. Sessler, while he was in there, had 4 points and a rebound. Leads the team in scoring as he has a seat on the Cardinal bench. Next free throw for Gonzalez. Right-handed shooter lets it go, made it. 2 for 2 on the trip. Cardinals as a team are 4 for 4 from the free throw line, and here comes the full court press. Backcourt action. The Bloodhounds will beat it. Get it down the right side. Bounce pass out on top. Now driving inside. Garcia lays it up, but that won't go. Rebound for Gonzalez for the Cardinals, and back come the Harlingen Cardinals with 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. Ariano has it. Works it to the top of the key, spins a pass in the left corner. Castillo catches there, baseline jumper, blocked out of bounds by Cesar Garcia. Garcia with the block shot. Inbound play coming up for the Cardinals. John Ortega will throw the ball in from the baseline. Looking, fires it outside. Work it into the corner. Back out on top, it goes to Ariano. Ariano guarded defensively by Daniel Villarreal. Takes it off the dribble, charge. Easy call for the official that time as Ariano forced the issue into a double team. 3:43 to go in the first quarter. St. Joe will inbound the ball on the baseline. Meanwhile, there's moisture on the floor, so they'll attend to that. Additional broadcast coming your way. Hey, Thursday we're going to be in 2 gyms broadcasting from Valley View as girls tournament action. The Valley View area will have 46 girls teams converge, and we'll be there for 30 games on a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for you here on RioSportsLive.com. Off the dribbles, pass in the corner. There's an open 3 for the Bloodhounds. Splash. Villarreal with the 3. Shot for the Cardinals. That one rolls in. Vasquez with the basket. 12-6 to score. Here come the Bloodhounds into the front court. Off the dribble. Shot goes high off the glass and in. Made by Peter Silvero. Silvero with the basket, and now we got a 4-point game. 2:57 left here in the first quarter. Cardinals will slow the pace. Ariano brings it up, front side. Handles it with either hand. Works it off the dribble, got past one defender. High archer goes up and in by Mariano. Michael Ariano has 4 points. He joins Matthew Sessler and Jeremy Vasquez in that department for the Cardinals. Here comes Silvero for the Bloodhounds. Kick it out, ball stolen. Here come the Cardinals back off of the turnover, working it into the front court. Layup goes up, blocked out of bounds with a foul call. Vasquez to the line. Team foul number 3 against the St. Joe Bloodhounds. Stops the clock with 2:26 to go here in the first quarter. Harlingen Cardinals in town taking on the Brownsville St. Joseph Bloodhounds. Shot funnels home for Vasquez. Vasquez takes over the team lead in scoring now for the Cardinals. He's got 5 points. Michael Santillana checks in the game for the Cardinals. Vasquez, meanwhile, perfect on the free throw again. He's 4 of 4 from the line, has 6 points in the game. Cards up by 8. 2:20 left here in the first half. Villarreal has the ball for the Bloodhounds of St. Joe. Handed off to Garcia, baseline, bounce pass. Nice job of dishing off, but the whistle blows and a foul called against the Cardinals. Garcia with a good penetration move down inside that baseline. Non-shooting foul, so the Bloodhounds will inbound it on the baseline. Inbound play coming up. Daniel Villarreal will inbound this ball. Still looking, fires it into a double team, and that's a loose ball picked up by the Cardinals. Turnover, and back come the Cardinals in the front court. They could go double digits with the lead here. 2:02 left here in the first quarter of play. Off the dribble, Ortega. Ortega, nice pass in the corner, nothing there for Villarreal. That's Santillana. Outside shot up and in, made by Aguilar. Aguilar with the basket, and we got a timeout on the court. With that, we'll be back. This is high school basketball. It's coming your way from St. Joe. And this is RioSportsLive.com.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
Back here you can see the clock. We've got timeout on the floor, but the Cardinals of Harlingen on top by the 11-point lead. It was a 2-0 game when St. Joe owned their only lead thus far in this game. And then the Cardinals have taken control here in the first quarter. I want to give some shout-outs, if we can, to fans who are watching the game from here. Maybe we'll get that at halftime and have some people to say hello to out and about that are watching the game live on multiple platforms here tonight. We've got it covered across the social media and across the internet and television tonight on Roku TV. St. Joe basketball. Trevino takes it in the paint, and he got fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. You take a look at the shooting percentages, and St. Joe shooting 50% from the field, but my friends, they've only taken 6 shots compared to the Cardinals' 16 shots taken. Cards, by the way, 7 of 16, 44%. 6 of 10 inside the arc for 60%, just 1 of 6 beyond the arc. That one came right before the timeout. 6 of 6 from the free throw line are the Cardinals. Trevino at the line. Missed them both. Rebound Cardinals. That was Aguilar who got the board. Cards in the front court, Ortega. Ortega hands it off on the dribble of Santillana. Santillana has it knocked away and stolen, and here comes Daniel Villarreal. Right-hand layup, made it, and got fouled. Daniel Villarreal with the steal and the bucket. And that bucket went up and in. He'll be shooting a free throw here, trying to complete a three-point play. That's his first 2 points of the game. Made it. Villarreal now has 3 points, joins Neto Garza. Cardinal ball in the backcourt. Diego Balzadula with the ball. Splits a double team and gets fouled. So the Cards will throw it in on the sideline in front of the St. Joe bench. Balzadua has it to the top of the key to Ortega. Ortega over for a long three for Aguiar. That won't go. Rebound in the paint, taken down by the Bloodhounds, and then the whistle blows. Garza got the board. He was in traffic. Showed some strength to hang on to the ball. 1:02 left here in the first quarter. Bloodhound basketball. They've got playoff football coming here Saturday morning. We'll be here live, my friends, and we'll do the same thing. Live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on the website, live on Roku television, live on Amazon TV. As we continue to showcase high school sports in the Rio Grande Valley, live on RioSportsLive.com. Garza at the free throw line. First one good, he'll get a second. Cards, after leading by 11, have now given up a 5-0 run to the St. Joe Bloodhounds. Garza tries to add to that run. Made that. Pressure by the Bloodhounds in the backcourt. Cards break it. Here's Ortega. Ortega gets it over for a three. Miss, but a foul call that's going to send Freddie Ramon to the free throw line. Clock stops with 57 seconds left here. And Ramon will go to the line. Ramon hasn't been to the line yet tonight, but the Cards as a team are 6 for 6. Ramon makes it 7 for 7 with the first of two. His first point of the night, second one coming up. Also good. Another one coming up as he gets 3 on that three-point attempt. Off the mark, no good. Bloodhound rebound. Trevino with his board. Bloodhound ball in the front court. Villarreal has it. Right side pass to Silvero. Silvero puts it on the floor with the left hand, got in the paint. Backs it back out, skips it over in the corner. Gets it back. 38 seconds left here in the quarter. On the dribble, Silvero. Good show on defense by the Cardinals, John Ortega. Backs it out on the switch. Coming out to guard is Freddie Ramon. Off the drive is Rodriguez. That's Marty Rodriguez. Over to Villarreal. Villarreal puts it on the floor, goes baseline, spins a double team, shot it, missed it. Rebound Cardinals, they want to run. In the front court, here comes Balzadua. Eyes it, shot it, and made it. For Diego Balzadua, his first points of the night. Bloodhounds back with the ball. Nice step through in the corner. Three-pointer Silvero at the buzzer, won't go. 1 quarter in the books, my friends, and the Harlingen Cardinals on top by 9. Hope you're enjoying this broadcast. We'll be back with the second quarter. Cards and Bloodhounds. This is RioSportsLive.com.
Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique, collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
Back here in Brownsville, Texas, Harlingen Cardinals, Brownsville, St. Joe Bloodhounds, and welcome to the second quarter. Hey, Kevin, my buddy, watching and says great camera work. Thanks for watching. Those of you watching on Facebook, on YouTube, give us some comments, and we'll be sure to give some shout-outs. Veronica Pena-Perez also watching the game, and also how about Mary Horton-Sessler watching the ball game and giving a shout-out here on RioSportsLive.com. Thanks again, fans, and please pass the word as to what we're doing here, showcasing athletes in the Rio Grande Valley with, in this case, basketball coverage. We got girls basketball coverage coming up later on this week, and then we'll have playoff football. Right now, it's the St. Joe Bloodhounds with the ball, and that's a no-look pass. It literally goes to no one. Garcia had the right idea. He was looking baseline for Jacob Esparza. Had Esparza turned his head, the pass would have led him right to the ball. Cardinal basketball, Sessler has it. Sessler brings it up in the front court. There's a shot up by the Cards that won't go. Missed by Jordan Crenshaw. Rebound by the Bloodhounds in the front court. They'll bring it. Work it over in the hands of Garcia. Garcia out to Silvera. Open three. Won't go. Well short. Rebound the Cardinals, and the whistle blows and a foul called. .7:25 to go here in this second quarter of play. Cardinal ball. They'll work it outside to Marco Ariano. Ariano finds Vasquez. Vasquez, skip pass over the defense. Got it to Ariano once again for the Cards, who led 23-14 after a quarter. That's where we set here with 6:59 left in quarter number 2. In the corner, it goes to Gonzalez. Gonzalez fires a pass inside. There goes Sessler, goes to work, turns, shot it, made it. Matthew Sessler in the ball game has 6. That was a strong move to finish for the Cards, who scored the first 2 points here in the second quarter. Bloodhounds ball. Silvero out to Garcia. Cesar directs some traffic. Guarded by Gonzalez, who gives him some room. Shot it over and missed it. Rebound for the Cards. Cardinals starting to control the boards here in this ball game. And they'll try to build on the lead. In the corner for a 3. Answer, yes. Rene Castillo drops in a 3 ball. Cards scored 5 here in the second thus far in a timeout call. We'll be back. This is High School Sports on RioSportsLive.com.
Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
Back here, action resumes, and the Bloodhounds of St. Joe, after calling a timeout, will try to get the offense on track. Inside pass, layup goes up and in, made by Camilo Trevino. 5:57 to go in the half. Cardinals break the pressure. Ariano with a nice pass, got it out to Castillo, back to Ariano. Ariano on a drive, backs it back out on the baseline, flips it out. Open 3 by Castillo, missed this one. Rebound, Cards get it, put it up and in. Rene Castillo with the offensive board and the putback. For Castillo, he's got 5 points now in the game. St. Joe with the ball. 5:30 left here in the half. Silvero gets some instructions from his coach, gets it out to Trevino, gets it right back. Cards of Harlingen later on this week will be in the Brownsville tournament as boys action switches to the Brownsville area. Here's a near steal by the Cardinals, and it is taken away by Vasquez. Vasquez dishes off, layup good by Ariano, and a foul. Off the turnover, the Cardinals capitalize with 5:09 to go here in the second quarter. Shooting-wise, Cards 12 of 24 from the field overall, 50%. 10 of 15 inside the arc for 67%. 2 of 9 beyond the arc, 22%. 8 of 9 at the free throw line. Right now, St. Joe just 5 of 12 shooting for 42%. Turnovers, 8 turnovers in the game thus far for St. Joe. Free throw won't go by Ariano. Rebound by the Bloodhounds, and they'll control. 5:07 to go here in this second quarter of play. Bloodhounds working around the perimeter of his own defense played by the Cards. Garcia's got it. Skips it over in the corner. There's a 3 launched and missed. Rebound by the Cards. They'll track down the long board, and the ball goes out of bounds. Ariano touched it last, and so it'll stay here in the hands of the St. Joe Bloodhounds. Substitution in the ball game. Neto Garza checks in. 4:48 left here in the second quarter. Andrew Cordero and Julio Perez also watching. Cards with a steal. Left-hand layup. Up no good, and a foul call. Jeremy Vasquez will go to the line. Appreciate you watching the game, my friends, whether you're watching it on Facebook Live, watching it on YouTube, keeping track with it here on our website on www.riosportslive.com, whether you're watching it on Roku television. All you got to do is download the Boxcast app and then do a search for Rio Sports Live, and there we are. Save it as one of your favorites. It'll be on your live streaming television anytime you want to watch sports here on the Rio Grande Valley. The beauty of this, you can watch it live. You can also go watch it on the archive on Roku television as well. This action tonight is coming your way from Harlingen, and it features from Brownsville. It features the Harlingen Cardinals taking on the Brownsville St. Joe Bloodhounds. 2 for 2 on the trip for Vasquez, and now Jeremy Vasquez with 8 points leads the Cardinals in scoring. St. Joe's been outscored 11-2 here in the second quarter. Off the dribble, bounce pass in the corner. There's a three, pretty good look, but a missed shot. Missed by Trevor Letek. Rebound by the Cardinals in the backcourt. They lose the ball. Picked off. Here comes Cesar Garcia into a triple team. Tries to dish it off. Tip. No. Thrown out of bounds. Turnover. Cards basketball. Substitutions checking in for the Cardinals. Enter John Ortega. Cards will see full court pressure provided by the St. Joe Bloodhounds. In the backcourt, Ortega to Sessler. Sessler beats a man off the dribble, takes it all the way to the lane. A lot of contact and a charge. Sessler took that last big step, and that led to the contact, and he's whistled for the foul. Second foul of the night against Matthew Sessler. He'll have a seat on the bench, as replacing him will be Jordan Crenshaw. Watching us on Facebook, watching us out there on social media, give us a shout out. We'll say hey back to you as we continue to broadcast live from St. Joe. Especially those of you watching on Facebook, hey, be sure to pass the word out to your friends. Give us some likes, help our coverage expand. Get that social media rolling. Three-pointer on the corner is up and in by Peter Silvero. Silvero's got 5. Cards now with the ball. On the dribble is Vasquez. Dishes off. The turnaround shot is blocked out of there. Rebound by the Cardinals. They'll control it. Good job by Crenshaw to go after his own missed shot after it was blocked. Card basketball in the corner, and the whistle blows away from the ball. I think there's going to be moisture on the floor. There is. They'll attend to that under the goal, defended by the St. Joe Bloodhounds. Daniel Villarreal checks back in the ball game for St. Joe. Again, Veronica Pena-Perez watching the game. Mary Horton Sessler watching the game as well. Veronica Pena-Perez. As we thank you for watching. 34-19 to score. 3:34 left here in the half. High school football coverage will be here Friday or Saturday morning as the St. Joe Bloodhounds are taking on John Paul. That's an 11 o'clock kickoff, and because it's taps, yes, we can bring it to you live with video and audio. So live video of playoff action in the Rio Grande Valley coming your way from St. Joe. At the line, Jeremy Vasquez. So far, 6 of 6 on the night. Spins it home, he'll get another. Janie Arendando sends a shout out watching the game back at home. And we thank you for watching this game live here tonight from Brownsville. Missed free throw by Vasquez. Long rebound comes down to St. Joe, and they'll control it. Bloodhounds with the ball. They've been outscored 12-5 here in the second quarter. Nice dish on the baseline. Baker goes up and in. Made by Neto Garza. Now the ball's thrown away by the Cardinals. Turnover gives it back to St. Joe. Inbound play. Get it in the corner to Trevino. Trevino on a clear out. Turns off the dribble. Left hand up and in. Camillo Trevino has 6. He takes over the team lead in scoring. Cards up by a dozen on the dribble. Get it on the baseline. Tipped and stolen. Here comes St. Joe. On the run, it's Cesar Garcia. Beat a defender but missed a shot. Rebound by the Cards. Whistle in the backcourt. Cards want to talk. They seem to be in control. They've turned it over the last couple of times, and therefore St. Joe wants to talk. We'll be back. This is high school basketball. It's coming your way live from Brownsville on RioSportsLive.com.
Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique, collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
Back here, there's your score and the scoreboard showing 2:53 left here in the half. Cardinals with the basketball and the lead. Out of the timeout. They had turned it over a couple of times in a row, and they wanted to talk it over. Trying not to let St. Joe get back in this game. This gym can get loud in a hurry. Around the perimeter, Ariano has it. Spins past the defense, gets it out to Vasquez, pulls up, left it short, rebound, taken down by the Bloodhounds. They got the stop, now they need points, they turn it over. Cards basketball in the corner for a three. Ariano, that won't go. Long rebound comes out, and here comes St. Joe. Nobody stops Garcia down the left side, laid it up, missed it, but got fouled. Garcia coming across the mid-court stripe, had a couple of defenders looking at him, but nobody came out to pick him up until he got deep into the Cardinals, into the floor. And he'll go to the free throw line for Garcia. Has a couple of points, 3 rebounds for the Bloodhounds here in the first half. Thursday we'll be at Valley View. We're going to be at the main gym. We'll also be at another gym as that tournament unveils 46 teams, not just from the Rio Grande Valley. We'll have 7 games from one gym on Thursday, 7 from another. That's 14 games in one day right here on RioSportsLive.com. Friday, why not? Let's do it again. 7 games again from 2 locations. And then Saturday it gets fun. Garcia 1 of 2 on the free throws. Cardinals work the ball in the corner. Pass on the baseline, nearly stolen. Well, I've got the score 35-24, and so does our scoreboard, but the scoreboard operator, there it is. Give it time, Joe, give it time. Inbound play for the Cardinals, in the corner for an open 3, bang! Antonio Aguiar drops in a 3, he's got 6 on the night. Cards back up by 14, 3 by the Bloodhounds with a foul called, and Garcia's going to get 3 free throws. Saturday we'll be here at 11 o'clock for St. Joe basketball. We'll also be broadcasting from that girls tournament in Valley View as Coach Arnold Martinez and his assistants over there are helping us get set to broadcast on the girls' side, our second weekend in a row of girls basketball. Free throw, no good for Garcia. As a team, St. Joe's 6 of 11 from the free throw line. Meanwhile, the Cardinals 11 of 14. Garcia himself is 1 of 3 from the line. Misses on the second. He gets 3 this trip. Keep the shout-outs coming. If you're watching on social media, be sure to send a message. I'll give it a shout-out here on the broadcast. That's being funneled in. Garcia makes 1 of 3 on the trip. Cards ball in the backcourt. Castillo with 1:43 left here in the half. Dishes off. Now they'll break the press, get it in the paint. Shot goes up off the glass and in. Made by Cameron Gonzalez. He was gaining control of that as he elevated in the lane. Cards up by 15. Bloodhounds with the ball right side off the glass. Too short. Rebound Cardinals, and they want to run. In the front court is Ariano. Ariano left-hand layup made it. No one stopped Michael Ariano. He's got 8 points in the game. 1:13 left. Cards work it around, or the Bloodhounds work it now in the hands of Trevino. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebound by the Cardinals. Backcourt action. Here comes the Harlingen Cardinals on the offensive end. In the corner for a 3. That won't go by Ariano. Rebound by the Bloodhounds. Whistle blows as it goes out of bounds. Touch last by the Bloodhounds. Bloodhounds will set up defensively. Cardinals will substitute in the game. Robert Farias checks in, wearing number 2. Antonio Aguiar will put it in play. 49 seconds left here in the half. Aguiar gets it over to Ariano in the corner, now back on the baseline, and a fadeaway jumper is perfect, made by Jeremy Vasquez. Vasquez with 11. Cards up 19. Bloodhounds, which seem to be on a run here in the midpoint of the second quarter, have given up a bunch of points late. Now a turnover. Cardinals get it ahead of the pack. It's Ariano. Hands it off. Vasquez layup. Good, and a foul. Assist Ariano. Basket Vasquez, and the Cards now up by 20. Make it 21. Fans, we're also looking for sponsors out there. You'll see us running some commercial breaks. I've got tons of spots available on our website. Contact us. Reach out on social media if you know a business. We're reaching out right now, trying to secure sponsorship. That's coming. Again, this is a slow build process. Small steps lead to big things. Free throw by Vasquez is on the way. Good. Jeremy Vasquez, 14 points. Whistle, timeout call. We got 22 and a half seconds left here in the second quarter, non-timeout, so the St. Joe Bloodhounds will have it. Across the midcourt stripe is Silvero. Silvero to Garza. Garza wants to give it up. Does, finds Villarreal. Villarreal guarded by Farias. 8 seconds left here in the half. Silvero with 5. On the floor in the corner with 2. Three-pointer off the mark, no good. And there we go. 1 half in the books. Harlingen Cardinals outscored the Bloodhounds 23-14 in the first quarter, 24-11 in the second. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little football. Maybe we'll have Coach Villarreal join us. This is high school sports. It's coming your way on RioSportsLive.com.
Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
Thanks again for joining us here on RioSportsLive.com. We're at halftime as the Harlingen Cardinals and the Brownsville St. Joe Bloodhounds are in action. Hey, Raimundo Perez sent a message to me saying, awesome job, awesome stuff. Well, you ain't seen nothing yet, my friends. That's a Midwest term. We are rolling out more and more each time that we broadcast ball games, and we are excited to be bringing you coverage here in the Rio Grande Valley. I had some tremendous ideas, my friends, on how to cover sports here in the Rio Grande Valley. Check our email address out at riosportslive@gmail.com. That's riosportslive@gmail.com. Send us a message. If there's any sponsors out there who wish to be a part of this, we've got advertising campaigns that are affordable. My wife and I, Dahlia, own a small store in the Harlingen area. You see the commercial that we run on there. I understand the small business concept. I understand how to assist you guys in reaching out. And the fans are going to come rolling in. This is an opportunity here to showcase athletes in the Rio Grande Valley with live coverage. Multiple cameras, as you see here. We've got 3. We can go up to 9. If we really want to roll out, and we may do that by the time we get to some championship games on the boys' side and some additional coverage coming your way in December. But right now, we're just kind of having fun with 3. And we're also looking for volunteers to get some experience operating cameras as we continue to showcase high school athletes here in the Rio Grande Valley. Keep track of us on Facebook. I know we're streaming this on Facebook Live. Those of you watching there, pass the word to your friends to like and share the page. And hey, if there's some games out there that you want covered, I'm not limiting this to anything. So any and everything is open game. If there's a game out there, if there's a sporting event, if there's some athletes working on their game, like my parents used to tell me, they believed at one time if I was driving through a desert and I saw a basketball just laying in the desert, I'd probably stop waiting for a game to start. Well, that's the case in broadcasting ball games, my friends. If it's going on, I want to cover it. I know we can't cover them all, but we want to be there. We were at soccer a couple of weeks ago in Brownsville. We did our first broadcast there in which we had a simulcast with a Spanish version and an English version of the same game going on. And we're going to be rolling that out more and more as we showcase games. This week, we'll have multiple locations broadcasting games, as we'll be at the Valley View Tournament in 2 different gyms. And so we've got viewers going on and we've got action going on. I'm going to take a break. When I come back, we're trying to track down Tino Villarreal. They got him. We'll come right back and we'll have a chat with him about some football. This is RioSportsLive.com.
Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique, collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
Back here at St. Joe, and right now, let's go with head coach of football, Tony Villarreal. And coach, first of all, Tino, thank you for letting us be involved here.
Absolutely. We love having you here. Joe, you know the door for St. Joe is always open to you. And you cover the coverage that you give our kids. I mean, it's second to none.
Well, we're rolling out more and more each week. Let's talk about your football team and what you're preparing for, because Saturday morning it gets real out here on the field.
Absolutely. You know, anytime you play a playoff game in TAPS, all the schools that we're playing from Dallas and from Houston, those are really tough competitors. You can't just be deviated by their record or look at whatever they have. They're all quality teams, and we're going to have to play the best game of the season if we want to win Saturday.
Seems like every year I'm talking about a first ever, another first ever this year for your football squad.
Thank you to a lot of the kids that we have. You know, obviously Kai Money and company, but it's not just Kai. It's just the attitude and effort here by our kids. They never stop believing in the process of St. Joe football. We were 1-3. Our back was against the wall. And they never stopped believing, and we're playing our best football right now, and I think that's the way it should be. I told people I'd rather lose games in September than October and November. At that time, I was kind of wishful thinking, but I knew the guys would come around, and we're playing the best football of the year right now.
Well, Coach, we'll look forward to seeing you on Saturday. We'll be there for that one, too.
Absolutely. We look forward to having you, Joe. Thank you for being here again.
Tino Villarreal, head coach of the St. Joe Bloodhounds. And that, my friends, is how you do an interview with a headset turned sideways. We'll be back with more as we are live on RioSportsLive.com.
I love it. Thank you.
Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique, collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
Both teams have made their way out to the court. We're going to show the Cardinals first, and then we'll show the St. Joe Bloodhounds as they're warming up. Right now you can see the clock as we are at halftime. And the Cardinals thus far in this game as you see them out on the floor, have had a tremendous first half. They shot 17 of 33 from the field, 52%, 14 of 21 inside the arc for 67%, 3 of 12 beyond the arcs. And that was for 25%. They were 12 of 15 from the line, 80%. Turned the ball over, I had just 4 times, and there was 3 of them in a row. Now for the St. Joe Bloodhounds, as they're out warming up, they shot 8 of 21 overall for 38%, 6 of 13 inside the arc for 46%, 2 of 8 outside the arc for 25%, 7 of 13 from the free throw line for 54%. St. Joe's Bloodhounds were outscored 23-14 in the first quarter, 24-11 in the second quarter. And they're going to have to go to work if they want to get a victory here on their home court against this tough Harlingen Cardinal team. I talked to the Cardinals coach before this game started, and he was pretty excited about this ball club and that they had nearly everyone back from last year's team. Now, he was cautionary when he told me that, because he said, remember, Joe, we weren't that good last year, and we're all back. But then he agreed that they're also a year older, and they've had a lot of time in the gym to get ready for this season. And right now, they're looking pretty good, winning by the score of 47-25. Julio Perez says he'll volunteer at the Lopez High School. Hey, I like that. I like those volunteers. Shoot me a message and give me some email address if we ever get a chance, because what I'm doing is I'm rolling out the ability for high school students and for graduate students, those going to college, to get some experience in the broadcast field. I mean, I've done it. I've got 30 years of this, my friends, in radio, television, newspaper, and I'm all for delving out my talents in a teaching role that's assisting in showcasing athletes here in the Rio Grande Valley. It's a win across the board for the entire Rio Grande Valley, and that's what this project is all about. Eventually, we want to turn the stream that's on the Roku television into more of a fully produced product in which we'll have shows. There were signings today at Rio Hondo. I wanted to get over to the Rio Hondo Bobcats. They had a signing there. We're going to start covering signings. We're going to start showcasing things from a live perspective, just like we're showing here. But we want to do the extra step of providing live coverage of these signings, because so often those signings happen during the middle of the day, and parents generally have to wait for something to be posted, or they have to wait for something to show up on the traditional television screen. But we're looking to pull that stuff off live, and we have the capabilities of doing that. And if you could only imagine what I had to do to pull this off and build this behind the scenes. If we were at the Wizard of Oz, I'd say, please pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. But in this case, go ahead and pay attention, because it's a very determined individual that's going to showcase basketball, baseball, soccer, softball, just sports in general. Sessler with the first basket of the second half, belongs to the Harlingen Cardinals, and then St. Joe will have the ball stopped as they'll attend to some moisture on the floor. Just trying to get the word out to all individuals. As we are in the third quarter of play, scores, you can see the score there, 7:47 to go in the third quarter. Be St. Joe basketball in the backcourt. They'll work to throw it in. Cesar Garcia has it tipped out of bounds. It'll stay here on the St. Joe side. $7:47 to go. Hey, we're experimenting with these different camera angles for you, my friends. We got 3 of them, and if I had some volunteer camera operators, we would be showcasing even more on this game. Jumper for the Bloodhounds, that won't go. Rebound comes down to the Cardinals, and they want to run. In the front court, on the left side, lay it up and in, made by Michael Ariano. Ariano now in double figures with scoring for the Cardinals. St. Joe, a shot goes up, that won't go, missed by Trevino, and Sessler with a block shot and the rebound. Cards will slow the pace. Their JV won here earlier today. Varsity trying to complete the sweep on the road. Cardinals with a 3 by Ariano. That won't go. Rebound to the Bloodhounds. Cesar Garcia. 10 points for Ariano. He's not the leading scorer for the Cardinals. That belongs to Jeremy Vasquez. Here come the Bloodhounds. Silvero takes it in the paint. One hands it out off the dribble. Get it back out for a 3. Cesar Garcia. That won't go. Rebound. Another rebound for Matthew Sessler. That's his 3rd of the game, unofficially. Cards work it to Vasquez as a shot blocked with a foul called. Social media, we're watching the numbers roll up on the Facebook Live. And we appreciate all the fans out there who are keeping track of this game. And we encourage you to pass the word to your friends and family and other fans to continue to increase our likes on our Facebook, our social media. That's what's going to drive the ship. The more numbers I get, the easier it is for me to talk to some of the bigger advertisers that are going to help fund this thing as we move forward. Vasquez at the line. Second one coming up. He's 9 of 10 at the line in this ball game. Misses on that one. Rebound. Vasquez has it tipped out to him. Cardinals with a reset on the offensive end. Castillo to Vasquez. Plays catch with Ariano. Entry pass to Sessler. Turns, goes to work. May have traveled. Whistle, no whistle, and St. Joe comes up with a rebound on the missed shot. Bloodhounds ball in the front court. Garcia to Trevino, back to Garcia. Clear out for Cesar Garcia. He's got 4 points and 4 boards here tonight for the Bloodhounds. Over to Silvero. Silvero to Esparza. Thanks again to Tino Villarreal for assisting us and doing the interview at halftime. There's a steal by the Cardinals. Layup goes up. That goes in. Antonio Aguilar with the steal and the bucket. He's got 8 points. Bloodhounds now in the front court with the ball. Work it in the corner. Esparza pulls the trigger on the 3. Too long. Rebound. St. Joe will have it for a moment. Whistle blows out of bounds. It'll be St. Joe ball. Good hustle that time by Trevor Lette for the Bloodhounds to keep that ball on their side of the floor. Keep the shout-outs coming. I'll send you a shout-out back as we're live here on RealSportsLive.com, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. We're also live on RoTube TV. Off the dribble, Bloodhounds. Get it to Esparza. Esparza left side, made it. Jacob Esparza, that's his first points of the game. First points of the second half of the Bloodhounds. Comes with 5:36 left here in the third. Cardinal ball. Vasquez, who leads all scorers with 15 points. Gets it over to Ariano, who's also in double figures. Cards have spread the wealth and scoring points here. Sessler has it. It's a nice pass inside. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound and a foul's called. That's going to send Cameron Gonzalez to the line. Gonzalez with 5 rebounds for the Cardinals. No offensive rebounds for Brownsville St. Joe here in this ball game. Cardinals have 7. At the line, Cameron Gonzalez misses on the first. Second one coming up for Cameron Gonzalez. Made that, 1 of 2 on the trip. (55-27). 5:27 left here in the third quarter. St. Joe with a 3. That won't go. Rebound in the paint. Bloodhounds come out of there with it. They'll get another look. Off the drive. Shot goes up. Contact occurs. And a foul called will send Cesar Garcia to the line. Valley View High School will be our next broadcast. We'll be there, 2 locations Thursday morning. Watch the website as we post other games. Free throw no good. Free throw up, no good. Cardinals with the ball in the back court. Work it front side. Ariano in the corner. 5:07 left here in the third quarter. It's been all Cardinals since midway through the first quarter. Sessler with his jumper that's good. Matthew Sessler in double figures. He's got 10. Bloodhounds with the ball. Garcia. In the corner it goes to Silvero. Silvero got in the paint, shot it. Off the rim, no good. Stay here on the rebound. Substitution checks in for the Bloodhounds. Silvero will have a seat on the bench. Here comes Daniel Villarreal. 4:39 to go in the third. St. Joe to throw it in. Bounce pass, loose in the right side. Bloodhounds retain possession. Garcia, right side, lay it up and in. Cesar Garcia's got 6. He joins Camilo Trevino with the team lead in that department. Meanwhile, moisture on the floor yet again. We thank you again for joining us here on RioSportsLive.com. We are unveiling coverage of high school sports here in a different way. 3-camera shoot coming your way. We can go as many as 9 if we want to. I don't know how many we'll have for the football game. We may just unveil a bunch. Bounce pass. Cardinals retain it. Sessler with a catch, and a triple team lays it up, no good. Rebound by the Bloodhounds. They want to run. Across the midcourt stripe, no numbers. They'll back it back out to Garcia. In the corner. Off the dribble of Esparza. Bounce pass in the paint. Shot goes up, no good. Left short by Garza. Rebound by Sessler. Sessler to Ariano. In the corner. Now inside to Sessler. That ball's loose in the paint. Picked off by the Bloodhounds. Turnover by the Cardinals. St. Joe with the ball in front court. Garcia loses it. Out of bounds it goes. Cardinal ball. Defense that time by Rene Castillo for the Harlingen Cardinals. Substitute. Here comes Antonio Aguiar for the Cardinals. Meanwhile, back in the ball game for the Bloodhounds is Marte Rodriguez. 3:39 to go in the third. Cardinals breaking the full court pressure in the corner. Open three. Answer yes by Antonio Aguiar. Aguiar's got 11, and that's 4 players in double figures for the Harlingen Cardinals. 3-pointer, Bloodhounds, no good, but a foul called. And free throw opportunity for St. Joe. 4 players in double figures for Harlingen. Oh for 2 on a trip to the free throw line. St. Joe basketball in the front court, all the way in the paint. Loose ball rolls out of bounds.
It's Mauricio Rodriguez.
St. Joe in the offensive end will give it back to the Cardinals, and the whistle blows, and I think they're going to be a double foul called. Harlingen Cardinals, Antonio Aguiar gets tangled up with Neto Garza for the Bloodhounds. Double foul called. Stops the clock with 2:56 to go here in the third quarter. Lupe Gonzalez sends a shout out. We thank you for watching the game on whatever device you happen to be watching it in. Multiple platforms tonight, my friends. Cardinals get it to Sessler. Sessler in the corner. There's a three. No good. Long rebound. Cardinals control it. Around the perimeter. Working on the baseline. Kick it out. Three. Aguiar. Good again. Antonio Aguiar has 14. Cardinals have outscored the Bloodhounds 16-4 here in the third. Timeout call. Bloodhounds and Cardinals. It's all Cardinals. We'll be back after this on RioSportsLive.com.
Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
Back here at St. Joe. We're in Brownsville, Texas on a Tuesday night. Thanks again for joining us. I'm Joe Bowling with you. As we are watching the Harlingen Cardinals taking on the Brownsville St. Joe Bloodhounds. Hey, to my right side is Michael De Leon. He's going to showcase his basketball skills on Thursday from Valley View. Again, I'm telling you, we're every day we're rolling out just a little bit more on what we're going to try to accomplish here, what we're going to accomplish here on RioSportsLive.com. Bloodhound basketball in the backcourt after the timeout. They'll turn it over. Cardinals in the front side, layup up and in, made by Ariano. Ariano with a dozen points. Best quarter for the Cardinals thus far. Still 2:11 remaining here in the third. Bloodhounds with the ball. Into the corner, baseline jumper, off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be St. Joe ball. Shout-outs, keep them coming if you're watching on social media. We've got all kinds of different platforms we're rolling this one out tonight. St. Joe works the ball off the baseline. Back outside it goes to Silvero. Whistle blows. Blocking foul called against the Cardinals. Stops the clock with 1:54 to go here in the third quarter. Fans watching out there. For 6 years I covered sports in the Rio Grande Valley. For CBS 4 Sports. Loved every second of it. But also missed doing play-by-play more than one could dream. I'm a little rusty if you ask me right now. Sure enjoy what I'm doing. Always loved it. Loved every minute of covering sports on CBS 4. This is RioSportsLive.com. This is the new baby. And couldn't be prouder of what's accomplished thus far. On as limited budget as you could ever dream. Minute 43 to go here in the third quarter. Had a project started in the month of May. Turn of events turned that into something I couldn't even begin to describe when I tried to. All I know is you use a football terminology, you get sacked, you got two choices. Cards miss a three. Two choices when you get sacked, when you get hit in boxing and you get knocked down, you got two choices. You can give it up, walk away, say I took my shot, or you can get back to the huddle or get back up and step back in the middle of the ring. I chose the latter. Thus, RioSportsLive.com is alive and well. Minute 28 to go here in the third quarter. Cardinals with pressure, nearly a steal, out of bounds. St. Joe retains possession. Mario Madrano. I want to give a shout out to my former broadcasting partner in the old KSBG TV days over at San Benito. Talked to him earlier this week. We may have him on board doing some broadcast as well. I know he's super excited when I was talking to him about softball games. Rogelio Torres enjoying the broadcast. We send a shout out back to him. Hector Guzman sends a shout out. We thank you all for watching this game and helping us grow here at RioSportsLive.com. I'm trying to open doors at every high school in the Rio Grande Valley. And sometimes that's harder than you think. There's a lot of red tape involved in just simply trying to showcase athletes here in the Rio Grande Valley. We'll get there. Sessler has the ball for the Cards. Puts it on the floor. Into a double team. Nice dish off, reverse layup up and in. Sessler with the assist. Vasquez now with 17 for the Cardinals. Under a minute left here in the third quarter. Bloodhounds nearly lose it. Loose ball picked off. Here come the Cardinals in the front court. Handoff and the layup up and in. John Ortega. 22-4. This is a huge third quarter for the Harlingen Cardinals. 35 seconds left here in the third. Bloodhound basketball. Whistle and a hand check called. Reminding you, you can watch this game live as you are right now if those of you are watching. Also, it'll be available on archive. High school football is a different beast. UIL regulations restrict live broadcast of video on a Friday. We can do audio and then archive an hour after the ball game with video. I think that'll all change next year. Nonetheless, play by the rules as we have across the board. But here in basketball season, it's, for lack of a better description, it's open season because UIL does allow for broadcast of live video during this time of year. Jumper on the way, good. Made by Peter Silvero. Silvero takes over the team lead in scoring for the Bloodhounds. He's got 7. 15 seconds left here in the third. Nice save that time by Peter Garcia on the steal. Gets it to Silvera. Has a back tap. Stay here. Stops the clock with 7 seconds and some change left in quarter number 3. Sponsors, we need them. We could use them. Any small business out there, any business period out there wants to contact us, do so on the website, on our Gmail. Call us. We'll produce your spots. We'll put your commercials together. We'll put your ads on the website, showcase you on the multiple platforms available, and take advantage of numbers that are growing literally by the minute. Shot misses by the Bloodhounds, and that's the end of the third quarter. It was a big one for the Harlingen Cardinals. They outscore the Bloodhounds 22-6 and lead this one by a bundle. We'll be back after this. This is High School Sports on RioSportsLive.com.
Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique, collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
Back here, the two teams break out of the huddles, and we head into the fourth quarter of play in Brownsville, Texas, as the St. Joe Bloodhounds open the season against the Harlingen Cardinals. Cardinals will be in the Brownsville tournament. Starts on Thursday. We're not going to be down here for boys action. We're going to switch gears and head up the valley and be in Valley View for girls action as the border brawl will tip off. 7 games from 2 different gyms per day we'll be broadcasting. Long 3 by Garcia. That won't go. Rebound. Silvera. He'll miss that shot. Silvera hustles, throws it off a Cardinal player. And it'll be Brownsville St. Joe basketball. We got our setup down pretty well. No, I couldn't afford a TriCaster. I had to build one from scratch. Steal by the Cardinals in the front court. Elevate and throw it down. Jeremy Vasquez with the throwdown for the Harlingen Cardinals. 7:24 to go here in the ball game. How about that for a highlight? Bloodhounds. Three-pointer won't go. Cards get the long rebound. In the front court. Work it down. Left-hand side layup good. Ariano with a basket. Cards up by a bunch. Bloodhounds again playing without multiple players, my friends, because of, well, a little game on Saturday. High school football playoffs. They got 3 starters that are on the football team, and they've got some substitutes as well. Loose ball in the backcourt, taken away. Cardinals have it. Work at front court, Rene Castillo. Castillo gets it outside. Ariano wants a 3. That won't go. Rebound to the Bloodhounds of St. Joe. Garcia has it in the front court. Works it in the corner. Garcia for 3. No. Cards with a rebound. We'll be on the air approximately 10 o'clock in the morning from 2 different venues on Thursday. We'll have games going throughout the day from Valley View. Watch this website for the actual schedule of the games. And hey, you want to keep track of scores? Well, they got tons of scores available. We've got them all. Shot goes up and no good, missed by Sessler. Manny Rodriguez and the scoreboard Buzz and I have been teaming up to pull this off. We're going to have a huge announcement here in the very near future. Shot misses off the mark by Silvero. Cards with the ball in the backcourt. 73-31. Cardinals led 23-14 at the break at the quarter. 24-11. They outscored St. Joe in the second quarter. Led 47-25 at halftime. Third quarter really put this away. At 22-6, Cards outscored the Bloodhounds. Sessler has the ball in the paint. Tried to dish it off, threw it away. Multiple substitutions in the game for the Harlingen Cardinals. It'll be Diego Balzadua, John Ortega entering the game, and also Jordan Crenshaw. Cards with 4 players in double figures tonight. 19 points for Jeremy Vasquez leads the way. Michael Ariano with 14. Antonio Aguilar with 14. 10 for Sessler. St. Joe will turn it over. The St. Joe team again will recover. And this isn't, it's a slight glimpse of maybe some depth because of the players that are able to play and keep this where it was in the first and second quarters. These guys will turn into role players when the main starters return. But for the Bloodhound faithful, they're hoping that's not for a while. Round 1 of the playoffs is Saturday. They want to make a deeper run than that if at all possible. St. Joe ball. Camilo Trevino hands it off to Mauricio Rodriguez. In the corner, Silvero gets it on the baseline. Fadeaway jumper, that one's too strong. Rebound by the Cardinals. Jordan Crenshaw. On the baseline, it's Rene Castillo. Handed off. Shot goes up by Freddie Ramon, and he's fouled. That'll stop the clock with 4:05 left here in the ball game. My dad out there watching, the original Joe Bowling. Greetings. Andrew Cordero saying, hey, Kevin Naro should join me. Well, that would be a great duo, wouldn't it? Bring back some memories. Kevin's doing very well over at the Valley Morning Star. Read his stuff every day. Encourage you to as well, my friends. Ivan Acevedo wants to show the PSJA Bears playoff game. Well, I'd love to, but you see the UIL won't allow for live coverage. We can broadcast live audio on Fridays, but there's ways of doing high school football playoff games. I'm not saying it's a no for certain down the road as teams progress. Steal by the Cardinals in the front court with an easy layup, up and in, made by John Ortega. For John Ortega, he's got 4. 3:36 left here in this one. St. Joe will tip it out of bounds off the hands of Peter Silvero. Saturday, we will be back here at St. Joe. We'll be outdoors. Football action. John Paul's in town to take on this Bloodhound team. Last year I was here as St. Joe won their first ever playoff game in school history. This version of football has won their first ever district title in school history. Free throw, Silvero, no good. Cardinal basketball in the back court. Balzadua has it on the dribble. Fires it over, they get it in the corner. Inside pass, layup good. Robert Farias with the basket, his first 2 points. 3:15 to go in the game. Bloodhounds, baseline move, kick it out for a 3 by Trevino. Steps inside the arc, pinballs in and out, back in. Trevino has 8 points. 3 minutes left here in this game. Cardinal ball. Front side action between the circles. It's Jordan Crenshaw. Gets it outside. Diego Balzadua will run the point. Penetrates out for a jumper by Crenshaw. That won't go. Rebound. St. Joe has it. Villarreal has the board. 2:40 left here in the game. Whistle blows. Bloodhounds want to talk. They trail by a bunch. Cardinals all in control here. This is high school sports. It's basketball coverage coming your way right here on RioSportsLive.com.
Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique, collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
That clock running down is the timeout clock. You see the score. It's all Harlingen's Cardinals, the visitors. JV game was similar to that, as the Cards come down here and are completing the sweep in boys action to start the 2017 season. St. Joe will work the ball around the perimeter on this offensive trip. Reverse layup won't go by Garcia. Cards with the ball in the front court. Crenshaw, over it goes for a 3 by Freddie Ramon. That won't go. Rebound in the paint, still loose, out of bounds. Stay here. Cards will throw it in from the baseline. Nice catch that time by Aguiar. Aguiar puts it on the floor, in the corner they go. From Ramon, back to Ramon, in the corner for a 3. Aguiar, no, that won't go. Rebound, another Cardinal offensive board. Baseline move, layup up, in. Jordan Crenshaw. Jordan Crenshaw, his first 2 points of the game. Minute 33 left here. Cards scored 23 in the first, 24 in the second, 22 in the third, 10 here in the fourth. They've outscored St. Joe 32-8 here in the second half. Bloodhounds basketball. Pass deflected and stolen. Cards have it in the backcourt. Minute 10 left here in the game. Can't thank you enough, my friends, for watching this game here on our multiple platforms on RioSportsLive.com. We've got more coverage coming your way. I'm just putting it all together. Shot misses by the Cards. Offensive board, though. Whistle blows. I believe every Cardinal has scored here tonight. Nope. Michael Santillana. A couple Cardinals haven't scored. But they had 4 guys in double figures that led the way. Jeremy Vasquez with 19. Leads all scorers. I'll run down the scoring after this game before we shut the cameras down. I have to do it pretty quick because I know they clear this gym out in a hurry, and it's not exactly slow as far as us tearing things down. We're better. We're getting better. We set up in less than 40 minutes. Cardinals playing catch. 30 seconds left here in this one. Cards will start the season with a win. St. Joe will have to regroup after this one. But there's a lot of season left. And additional players coming to help this St. Joe team. Whistle stops play with 23 seconds left. For the first time in our company's small history, tonight we went live on the website, on Facebook Live, on YouTube, on Smart TV, on Roku, on Apple Television. And I thank you, my friends, for supporting me, and your continued support will be appreciated. As high school sports here in the Rio Grande Valley are being covered in a different, more exciting way. 8 seconds left, another foul called. Cardinals will inbound it one more time. Well, no, they'll shoot free throws now. Robert Farias at the line. Missed on the first. Our first broadcast on Thursday will come your way around 10 o'clock in the morning. 2 different gyms at Valley View. It'll be girls action. Ball rolls out of bounds. Cardinals will throw it in, and that'll be the wrap of this game. Run down your leading scorers in the ball game for the Harlingen Cardinals. As the buzzer sounds, Jeremy Vasquez with 19 points. 14 points on Michael Ariano. 14 points for Antonio Aguiar. 10 points for Matthew Sessler. On the other side, it was St. Joe Bloodhounds led in scoring by Camilo Trevino. 7 points for Peter Silvero, 6 for Cesar Garcia, 5 apiece for Daniel Villarreal and Neto Garcia. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. I'm going to wrap it up. We got to put our cameras away, and until Thursday, when we'll be broadcasting live from girls basketball, this is Joe Bowling for RioSportsLive.com. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Contact us. Till then, good night, everybody.